We've got more F1 World action for you today, so welcome along, ladies and gentlemen, and pick your favourite driver to follow. So let's take a look at the topographical map of the Jeddah Street Circuit. As you can see, a number of challenging corners for the drivers to master here. We'll see just how much the teams have benefited from their time spent in practice this weekend. And like many street circuits, this track has the potential to punish drivers that get it wrong. Let's hope we avoid any safety cars today. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he'll start from pole position, edging out Sergio Perez, who lines up P2. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have today's F1 World Challenger, Norris, Leclerc, Oscar Piastri, Ricciardo, Hamilton, Fernando Alonso, Tsunoda, Russell, Stroll, Magnussen, Gasly, Joe, Sargent, Hulkenberg, Albon, Ocon, and Valtteri Bottas begins the race from the back of the grid. Which of these talented drivers will come out on top today? I love the start of the season, Anthony Davidson. I'm sure our player does too. So what advice do you give for starting strong as we head to another start of a season?
It's practice, 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 Crofty, isn't it? I've seen you in the commentary box, rehearsing all the time. You're not that good naturally. No, he is really. As much of it pains me to say, look, use all your practice wisely and get out there for your first race so it can be as plain sailing as it possibly can be, because it's not going to be easy.
Alright, let's focus now for the rest of the race. DRS now enables. DRS enables. You might experience some understeer now that you're in the wake of the car ahead. Try to get past as soon as possible. was a bit borderline there. We're lucky to have gotten away with it. Come on, you can win that place back. Final lap, push, push. Yes, good stuff. That is a good day's work. We hit the target and you brought it home cleanly.
It's another victory and a champion's performance from Max Verstappen.
They led from lights out to the flag at the end, and their race victory was never in doubt, was it? Brilliant stuff by them.
Red Bull put up an outstanding fight for the front position today, and it's great to see it paid off for them. They do so much for the sport that you can't help but be delighted by today's race win. Well, it's been glory for some, less so for others. But who knows? The tables might turn next time out. Plenty more races to come this season, so join us again. It's F1 World.